Peace, power, and protection, my beautiful, beautiful Scorpios. Welcome to First Eye Visions. My name is Q, and I'm here to do your general reading, beloved. I want to take a little peeky peek, see what's coming in, what's going out, ultimately what's going on with the beautiful Scorpio collective. Um, there was something that came to me while I was taking a shower yesterday, and it said, new levels, new devils. So what I saw with that, what I saw in my mind's eye with that download was like snakes. I saw a snake. Snakes are very sneaky. Snakes can slither around you. You don't even know they're there because they're very still, very patient animal totems. And what I feel with new levels, new devils is that you got to be very mindful of your surroundings, very very mindful of who you are, who you are engaging with, who you are saying yes to. One of the messages that came through in a former reading for Scorpios was how powerful the words no are, how powerful the word no can be at this time. So, not feeling necessarily, entitled to appeasing other people or to bending over backwards or just giving your energy, giving your time to folks. So I feel this is a very critical time of just being more observant, um, checking for the red flags, checking people's temperature, gauging the audience, but it's like really just more so be observant. Don't be so quick to dive in or so quick to uh, expose certain things about yourself, because I just get a very like a malevolent. It's malevolent, right? Benevolent. Which one? I get more of a sneaky energy than anything. So with new levels, new devils. Some of you all have recently been experiencing some shifts. Things have been turning around. Some of these shifts are shifts that you may have initiated, walking away from, certain people or circumstances after a long period of time, but also making decisions that are really, powering things ahead for you in a positive way. So whether that be in some sort of success with a business prospect or business endeavor, whether it be promotions that you may have manifested or some sort of increase. Maybe you've opened up another stream of income. Maybe you are into stocks and you've put your money into something and you're seeing it grow. Maybe you're purchasing silver. Maybe you're purchasing gold. Maybe some of you are into um, bitcoins. Whatever it is that you're doing that has brought in some value or some increase, I feel that that's also bringing some attention to you as well. And some of this attention is unwarranted, unwanted, but there could be a level of competitiveness or envy, perhaps, maybe jealousy. When you have energy that's really like, kind of slithering its way around you in a very meticulous and strategic manner, it's obvious that there's something that is drawing that attention to you, whether it be, as I said, the success that you may have recently come into, or whether this be something that's working positively for you. There could very well be some hidden enemies, secret enemies, or people that are hidden in plain sight slithering around. And you just got to stay on point. Uh, Keep your eyes focused on your goal. Don't get distracted. This isn't to alarm you or to incite fear. This is to provide awareness, because when you know better, you can do better. So trust your gumption, your intuition. More than likely, I am preaching to the choir, and most of you are, just saying amen right now because you already can feel it, you already can sense it. Maybe you've battled something in terms of like spiritual warfare, where you may have suffered from some sort of ailment or some sort of accident that could have happened. A freak accident is what I heard in my mind's eye, where there could have been some sort of manipulation of energy or an attack. You are aware. Do your due diligence to protect yourself. Clean, clear, cleanse, spiritual baths, egg cleanses, smudge your homes. Take the time to connect with your angels, guides, build those relationships, and develop that armor of protection, that fiery, impenetrable wall of protection, and you will be good. I do believe that there is a very beautiful angel circle of protection around you, because I have been seeing 444 a lot. The other day, as I was driving out with my children, I saw something hop in front of the car, and I knew already what it was. I was like, oh my God, a frog. And it was nighttime, but I still happened to see it. And we got out and we took a beautiful picture of this beautiful green frog. And that really is very symbolic, because that frog, that same animal totem, is on one of my decks. And that deck is speaking to prosperity and abundance. I'm hearing leaps and bounds, like things are really going to improve for the better. And there could be some, some extra eyes watching that is not necessarily happy for you. This could be, as I said, a very competitive energy that I'm picking up on. But this is just what I'm picking up intuitively, beloveds. I haven't even done my intro, but I just delved into what I was feeling energetically. So, but I do welcome any of you that may be new. Welcome to the channel. My name is Q. I channel messages intuitively. I am an empath, and I am also clairaudient. So you will hear me play music during my readings, and the way that it works, the name of the song, name of the artist, lyrics within the song, maybe even the timestamp on the clock, it will correlate to what I may be channeling intuitively, as well as what the cards will be showing, and it all blends very beautifully. So my spiel here is eat the fish, spit out the bones. If the reading doesn't apply, let it go, let it flow, let it fly by. Do not try to force anything to be your story. Check your natal chart, see your other placements, check out those readings to see if there's a more clear and concise message for you there. My readings are timeless, so whenever this video has popped up in your feed, whenever you felt compelled to click play, that was divine timing and in divine order that you've done so. To all of my beloveds that are returning, you already know what it is. Love is love is love is love is love. I send you extra love because I love y'all that much. I send an extra beautiful shout out to all of you who have booked consultations, who have, purchased from my Etsy shop, who have just showed love on the platform, commented, was just a beacon of light for others. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for just vibing with a sister. If you are new, I hope my energy, the way that I read, also vibes with you. So without further ado, we're going to delve right in, going to proceed with the read. But let's go ahead and do some house cleaning, shall we? Shay. I call upon the elements of water, fire, earth, air, ether, and spirit. Ashe. I ask our beautiful angels, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, spirit guides, deities, animal totems, earth, Mother Gaia, universe, source, the divine, most high God, our creator, to shine a powerful, powerful message of love and of light. I call personally upon Baba Obatala, Mama Oya, and Baba Ogun to bless me with the intuition and discernment of my cards help me to pick up on the energy, number synchronicity, and vibrations of my cards. And so it is, so mote it be. Ashe, ashe, asheo. So it is currently 1:26 on the clock. Can you see that? 1:26. So that reduces to 9. And we have, who is this? This is Grover Washington. And the name of this song, pardon me, name of this is called Mr. Magic. So Grover Washington, someone's name could be Grover or Washington. Someone could live on Grover Street. Washington, first, middle, or last name. Maybe someone is in Washington, D.C. or Seattle, Washington. With Mr. Magic, I was just speaking to potential sinister energy, someone potentially manipulating someone's energy by means of doing some sort of magic, whether spell work, witchcraft, voodoo, juju, hoodoo, santeria, whatever. Definitely protect yourself. With Mr. Magic, maybe some of you all are potentially manifesting something. There could be a masculine energy is manifesting, is utilizing their ability to co-create with source to manifest something that they desire, or to manifest this change that I was picking up on, where you are now coming into a season of having infinite supply, a season of having abundance, a season of receiving recognition, reward, blessings pouring in, things moving in a forward direction. Any delays or blockages are lifted, they're moved. So this is something that you may have manifested if you're a masculine energy. Even if you're feminine, you could have tapped into your masculine energy to become that magi, that alchemist, to set the intention, to speak what you desire into the ethers, or to set that, turn that thought into reality. But as I said, there could also be some hidden energy and hidden enemy, a secret enemy that could also be doing magic work, spell work, witchcraft. So with this energy of Grover Washington, maybe some of you all, as I said, are from Washington, whether that be DC on the East Coast or Seattle on the West. So let's tap in, beloveds. Let's get the numerology deck. See what we got coming and going out, going on with my beloved Scorpios. That's what I was picking up intuitively. So look what we have here on the bottom of the deck. We have the number 77, and this says what? Spirituality. So double numbers always makes me feel like you're attracting someone or something on your same frequency, vibration, wavelength. This could be a like mind. This could be like a twin flame. This could be just a spiritual union, like a business partnership. Very, very strong bond. But with this 7 is associated with the Chariot. So I am seeing that momentum, that movement forward, success, having triumphant outcomes, breakthroughs, and it's from finding that balance and that equilibrium within yourself. So that 7 is associated with growth, personal growth, being wise, being in tune, being tapped in to the frequency, to the all, being connected to the all. So being able to pick up on energy intuitively, being able to channel, being able to scribe, being an empath, being able to even be in nature settings, being in nature and being able to receive those downloads or those divine interventions, perhaps from certain animal totems that may pop up. But this is also showing with that 7, as I said, perhaps you are someone who's very psychic, or you have some sort of skill set that may be very amplified. This could be maybe psychic or intuitive, or a channeler, or someone clairvoyant, but just a very very sensitive energy psychically. Maybe you have been having some very lucid dreams. Maybe you astral travel. Maybe there's a lot of communication at this time, um, that you are having, perhaps intergalactically, intuitively, telepathically. But there's a lot of downloads. With this spirituality, it does speak to your gifts. You are very spiritually aligned. Um, so there may be some messages coming through, transmissions and downloads that you could be picking up on. 7 and 7 reduces to 14, which is 5. So 5 deals with the throat chakra. So perhaps this is a skill that you're honing, a skill that you are mastering. Maybe you're just discovering that you are intuitive or telepathic or psychic, or maybe you're just discovering that you have some sort of gift. This gift is one that you are expected to help teach others, to impart that knowledge, disseminate that information to others. So to be like a beacon of light, because I get like a teacher, I get someone who's teaching others, I get someone who's healing others, like a healer, a shaman, light worker. You could be a Reiki healer, you could be a meditation coach, you could be a sound therapist. But this is an energy of someone who's teaching. You are imparting knowledge because you've obtained the knowledge through your process of healing. Because the 5 is also that Hierophant, and the Hierophant is about building that knowledge of self. By means of sitting at the feet of other master teachers, or just seeking out that wisdom, that knowledge on your own, by taking classes, reading, researching, going through your own um, it's like your own process of initiation. um, so that's a very powerful energy, and it does look like you are like adorned or crowned queen or crowned king by your guides, your angels. 7 is a very spiritual number, angelic number. Um, and I do feel like, for some of you, you could have been born with a life path 7. You could have been born with a life path 5. You could have been born on October 25th. Um, Perhaps you were born 11/7, 11/14, 11/5. But I get a strong spiritual strength, spiritual wisdom, wisdom. Going through, you had to go through an initiation process. So it's like you went through your rite of passage, so to speak. So it's very powerful energy I'm picking up. So what we have here on the split is we have 85, follow your dream. And then we have that 77, spirituality. So I was picking up, as I said, with double numbers, that you could be attracting someone that is, your divine counterpart, a spiritual union partner, a very strong or sacred bond. Um, this also could just be speaking to you, attracting what you desire to you. Because now you've learned that you are the alchemist. You know how to, call in, draw in, set intention. But with follow your dreams, that breaks down to 85. That 85 is 13, which is the death. So there has been some sort of death of the old version of you, death of faulty belief systems, death of even some old relationships, connections, a death of love partnerships. There was a death. A death is a very painful process of transformation. It's a startling metamorphosis. But you do come out better in the end, stronger in the end, wiser in the end. And that is a part of that personal growth that I was picking up with the 7. That death is literally your journey as Scorpios, is to die, to learn. I just posted a video, funny enough, the other day, and it was a Bruce Lee quote, and he was saying how you have to master the art of dying. And that's something that I feel every Scorpio learns, because death is your card. So you have to learn to master the art of death. And that art of death is transformation. It's that evolution that you go through, that process of regenerating, rejuvenating, and emerging someone completely different, someone stronger, as I said, wiser, someone more determined than ever. Because with that follow your dream, it's like now you're going after what you desire. This 85 is 13. That's the death, and the death is like perhaps the death of not loving thyself, nurturing thyself, protecting thyself, or healing thyself. But this birthing of the new you is now. That 13 reduces to 4. That's the heart chakra. So now you know to love thyself. Now you love thyself because you know thyself, because you've healed thyself. So that spirituality, that journey that you go through is really what helps you to evolve and helps you to change ultimately, because there's 13-4 and there's 77-14. That's 5. Those reduce to 9 together, and that 9 is the highest number in vibration of change. It's associated with the hermit, and the hermit is a wizard. So you now know the answers you seek are found within. The healing that's required must happen from within. As within, so without. So as you heal within, then your external world, your external reality will also it will also project that of success and opulence and growth and just having more synergetic connections, because you're more in harmony with yourself. So that's this process, learning to love yourself. The death was, the death of not prioritizing you, loving you first and foremost. And you learned love was an inside job. Thus, this took you to gaining a more deeper, profound understanding of you. So beautiful energy straight out the gate. I love it. So let's tap in, beautiful souls. Let's tap in. So what is the overall energy for my beloved Scorpios? And we have Daniel Caesar, and the name of this is called Best Part. And this is featuring her. So with that her reference, there's a divine feminine. That I believe a divine masculine may feel represents the very best part of them. Someone's name could be Daniel or Caesar, first, middle, or last. Someone brings out the best in another person, I feel, as well. It's like someone definitely wants to seize a moment with another person. That's what I'm getting from that Caesar as well. It's like someone's wanting to seize some special moment or seize an opportunity. So the overall energy, we have teaching and learning. And I'd said that you all were teachers. I was picking up on the fact that you all were absolutely helping to teach, helping to guide, motivate, inspire others because of your journey. What's playing now is Faith Evans featuring Carl Thomas, Can't Believe. So with that, Faith Evans, it's like I feel you remained hopeful and optimistic even in the midst of the chaos. You couldn't believe the things that were happening, but I feel like you maintaining and holding on to faith is what got you through some very turbulent moments, because this teaching and learning is showing like there were some karmic lessons that you've had to overcome, and now that you've overcome them, you're wiser. Because that 57 breaks down to 12, which is 3, which is associated with the Empress, the Divine Masculine. And remember, the song that played before this was Daniel Caesar's Best Part. So I feel like someone is noticing that you bring out the best parts of them. And her was what I was referencing is the feminine energy that I was picking up. And this 3 is the Empress, which is the feminine energy. So I feel like you could be either teaching perhaps a divine masculine, or maybe a divine masculine is teaching a divine feminine. But there is this element of learning from someone else, maybe even learning from a master teacher that happens to be a feminine energy or a masculine energy. This is like, the hermit also. I mean, not the hermit, but the hangman. That's an energy of like, observing, assessing, analyzing, seeing things from a different perspective, and also approaching things differently that time, next time around, being more mindful to plan, to prepare, to strategize. So with this, can't believe that's playing by Faith Evans, I do feel like, maybe someone was being a little blind to the fact or stubborn because they couldn't believe, so they refused to see something a certain way. That's why this hangman, is sticking out more so, because the 57 breaks down to 12, and that hangman is like where spirit forces you into a sacrificial position, that gives you the opportunity to assess something from a different perspective. And so whatever you couldn't believe, whatever you couldn't accept as your truth, it's like now it's like you could see something for what it is. I feel like walking by faith and not by sight is something that also changes. I feel like, someone learns to start trusting more. Because with this Faith Evans, I just get a sense of like, that's remaining hopeful, that's remaining optimistic. And maybe in the past there was more just going by how things looked, And so the world could appear to be crumbling around you. And if you believe that to be your truth, then that's what's going to be your truth. That's why, it's very important to shape your own reality. With that Mr. Magic in the beginning, maybe that's a part of someone's manipulation. Is psychic attacks, force, like confusing someone, causing conflict by puppet mastering. Because, that 3 is also the energy of the Three of Swords as well, like learning in the aftermath, of deception, so that 3, teaching and learning from the heartache, learning from the loss, the 3 of Swords, also, teaching and learning the 12, the hangman, now observing things from a different perspective, or looking at things from a different vantage point, and then evolving, ascending into that divine feminine, that empress energy. So you've reached a level of self-mastery, whereas now you can become that teacher, and others are learning from you, whether you realize it or not. So we have the 44 environment on the bottom of the deck. So this is saying that whomever you're attracting, again, another like mind, because this 4 is another double number, the 4-4, that reduces to 8. So there is this level of I feel like getting your just due, because this 8 and 3 reduces to 11. 11 is associated with the Justice card. So I do feel like there's something positive coming out of a situation. It could be because, as I said, a sense of you attracting a like mind, attracting someone on your frequency, or someone that you have a sacred bond or connection with. But these double numbers are confirming that. And this 4 is associated with the heart chakra. So this is 2 people now whose heart has been healed, who's learned through heartache and loss and pain. Because remember, the 3 I was picking up, the 3 of Swords, from the teaching and learning. You learn from painful endings. Remember, we saw the death. The death is like an ending, a painful loss, some sort of betrayal, deception, a lie, trickery, gaslighting, whatever that is, and learning from that. But now getting to the 4, where there's that time to recover, that time to recuperate, to rejuvenate, to recharge, to reset, to reestablish your boundaries even. And with that 4, this card being all green, that is a color of the heart chakra, but it's also a color of healing. So taking that time out to heal that self, taking that time out to, reestablish boundaries, as I said, learn who you are, self-discovery, but also taking onus, taking accountability. That's what allows for you to heal, is because you're not in a victim mindset. Maybe in the 3 of Swords you might be, because that's an instant reaction. Normal reaction is to become defensive when you are going through a painful ending or a loss, or something's spiraling out of control. So you're going to become defensive. You're going to try to protect yourself in that moment. But this 4, this is a very contemplative state. This is more of that reset. And through that reset, you reflect. Through that reset, you introspect. You become more self-aware. And that's how you start to take onus and accountability. And that's where the healing begins. And that's also where the love starts. You start to love thyself in that process of healing, because you start to realize, the lack of self-love through those interactions, through those connections. And this is what helps you to develop the boundaries, because this 3 that the 57, 12, 3 breaks down to, and this 44 breaks down, to that. I'm sorry, the 3 and this 4, I'm getting like the 7, where you become very guarded. Defending yourself, standing your ground. So I see like the 7 of Wands. And that's only because I'm taking one of the 4s, not both of the 4s, but this together is 11, so I do feel you're getting your just due. I also feel like, the decisions that you make will be sound. You will make decisions from a very sound place. There will not be any confusion. I feel that there will be more of an effort to choose wisely. So I see you really taking the time to kind of find that balance, find that harmony within yourself, being in harmony with yourself, because the 2 is about duality. So that 11 breaks down to 2. So that's about duality, being in harmony with yourself, mind, body, and soul. So this 44, attracting someone who's also very emotionally intelligent. You learn to become more emotionally intelligent, as I said, through painful losses and endings. You learn your love language. You learn what your love language isn't also. So that's beautiful. So I do feel like that's the energy you're in. We have Maxwell something something playing, so maybe there is some news coming in, because we're about to pull the energy for what you're attracting to you, who or what. So I feel like it's a little something something maybe that you're expecting. Something. 2 is also giving me like the 2 of Cups. That's like yin and yang. So this could be like feminine and masculine energy connecting. So we have 13. Remember, we saw 13 earlier. This is someone coming in to make the effort, apparently, because we got 13 reduces to 4. 4 is the Emperor, the divine masculine. So we have 3 and 4 here. So someone is taking action, I feel, because 3 and 4 reduces to 7, which is the Chariot, and I was seeing that earlier. So someone is taking action. Someone has mustered up the strength, courage, wisdom. Someone is confident, assertive. They're asserting themselves. But I'm also hearing this could be someone that could be a con man. This could be someone that Spirit is telling you pay close attention to, because this could be someone coming in to deceive you. Because with that effort, 13, that's a death. Like, there's no, if it's at a death, there's like nobody, there's no effort being made. There's no effort. There's no initiative. It's all beguiling. It's all I'm hearing masquerade. Someone's wearing a mask. If you think of a masquerade, it's like a party, where everyone's wearing these little fancy masks. They hide their faces. So it's like this person. And remember earlier, I was picking up a sense of like, you having snakes around you slithering. And the 7 is just giving me that 7 of Swords energy. That this is someone just coming to take. Maybe this is someone coming in, kind of trying to get buddy with you to learn something in particular. To learn something or to get something out of you. But I don't feel this is someone coming in to make an effort. And with something, I feel like Spirit is telling you, because with Maxwell, maybe someone's name is Maxwell, but I feel like you're going to feel something, and I'm hearing to the max. So trust your intuition. Because the 7 that this is giving me is your crown chakra. Trust your intuition when it comes to this person. The reason why I was saying like like, because this is a yellow card, and that yellow is the color of the sun. The sun is about illumination. It's about exposure, exposing things, seeing something. And the fact that this is 7 is telling me that your crown, trust your intuition. You're gonna feel something, you're gonna feel something to the max. Something. You're gonna feel something. So a bunch of cards flew out with this message. So it says compassion here, 9-9. This is how someone feels about you. What's hidden? 32, music. So what's hidden is something. Something is hidden. Because what's playing is Maxwell, something, something. And if you look, it says mellow, smooth in parentheses. So I'm hearing the smooth talker, you know, because this 32 breaks down to 5. 5 is associated with the throat chakra. So I just get a sense of like someone could be a smooth talker, which is why I'm picking up on a deceptive energy. The devil, when you think of the devil, he's a gaslighter. He's a master manipulator. He's a trickster. He knows how to, how to play mind games. He's an illusionist, So it's like, so with this 32 and it telling me to listen to the music, the song, it was saying something, something. And then I saw that mellow smooth and I got smooth talker because this 32 is the throat chakra. So just be mindful. Someone feels you're very compassionate, kind, giving, thoughtful. They even feel you're forgiving, so they could be trying to use your kindness for weakness or take your kindness for weakness. And this 7 and this 5 breaks down to 12. That's 3. That 3 is giving me a yet again very strategic, because the 3 is like a ready, set, go. You plan, you prepare, take action. You strategize, you assess, then you take action. That 3 is like someone manifesting something and they expecting it to return. So it's like you think of the 3 of Wands, for instance. It's like sitting at the dock of the bay and he sees these ships that are about to dock. So it's like he's expecting it. So it's like whatever this is, they're expecting an outcome or expecting a response, expecting, it's like they're anticipating something. So just be mindful, because that 3 is also given like that could be a potential, heartache situation, like heartbreak, something disappointing. I also get a sense of like the 3 of Pentacles. This has something to do with your business, your ideas, because I was getting someone trying to steal something from you. This is someone that doesn't want to do the work. They don't want to put in the blood, sweat, tears. They just want to steal your work, steal your ideas, steal your energy from you. This is like an energy vampire. This is somebody that's very I just hear beguiling, a trickster, and it's like you work very hard. You have some very powerful gift, and I feel spirit just is telling you trust your gumption, because that 3 that I'm also feeling is the third chakra, your solar plexus. Your solar plexus, your stomach is your second brain. So that's why I was getting trust your intuition with all of this, especially with someone new coming in, popping up. Because your solar plexus is like the second brain. That's the sun that shines within. So that's trusting your gumption, trusting your inner wisdom. You have divine knowledge. You're already aware. And if you look, these 2 cards are kind of like, intertwined. See, you got yellow on the inside of the symbol, then orange on the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like very similar. So it's just like when it comes to this person, whoever this is, Spirit is telling you, like, don't fall for the okie doke. Trust what you feel in your gut. So the outcome is we have healing, 66. And then we have manifestation, number 1. I'm sorry, number 8, pardon me. And that's your outcome. So you're healing, someone else is healing. Whatever you are attracting to you is matching your vibration. Someone isn't, though. That's why I was saying there was levels, new devils. You're healing. You're a healer. Every great healer has to first heal themselves. That's the awakening. That's the grand epiphany you're having. This is what you're doing, as I said. Whatever you've been through, whatever dark night of the soul journey, whatever karmic lessons they have prepared you, taught you, that you are healers. You are perhaps aligning with your purpose, aligning with your passion, even aligning with your tribe, your soul tribe, your people. But there's also some Decepticons, impersonators, imposters. Everybody isn't who they proclaim to be. I was hearing a masquerade. Someone's masquerading around. There's a snake. Someone has breached, you know what I'm saying, security. So you have to do your due diligence to observe. That's what this healing is about. Perhaps that's why someone is seeing you as compassionate, because you're not as defensive. You're not as guarded, perhaps, as you typically would be. But you are still a master manifester. This 3 and this 8, that 11, it's like you're going to get your just due. Because this 6612, you're healing. So Spirit is telling you, seek out with your first eye and using discernment, what your heart desires. With this manifestation, it's like, because you are a master manifester. You are absolutely fully aware of that. You've manifested a lot of things, and they have brought you fulfillment in many ways. A lot of emotional fulfillment. I feel like this is bringing fulfillment on all levels: emotional, financial, spiritual, spiritual prosperity, material prosperity. And this has something to do with your ability to heal, your teaching abilities, your coaching abilities. Whatever you do, it's like you're helping others. We have Casa overall, and the name of this is Landline. So many of you've answered the call. I feel like this is your calling. And this is why with new levels, new devils, because you're getting your just due. And whoever these individuals are with this, because this is 3 and this is 2, this is a competitive energy. These are competitive energies. But these are also people that have sharpened your sword to some degree, because they've helped you to become wiser as well. How to sharpen your spiritual prowess as well. Because it's like, whatever they're doing or attempting to do, I just lost my stone. Whatever they're attempting to do, let me just get another one. Whatever they're attempting to do, it's like you're turning it around in your favor. So you're turning whatever their intentions are, turning it around and using it for good. And that's why there's just this sense of strong master manifesting abilities, getting your just due, things working out in your favor, a season of receiving. It's like you're manifesting these things. It's like whatever karmic cycles have wrapped up, it's like there's now this windfall, or this door to spiritual healing and happiness and abundance. So this is beautiful. So let's tap in. So let's clarify these messages. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3, creativity. That's that Empress energy yet again. So you're birthing new ideas and ways of thinking. You are birthing projects. You could be literally just mothers, fathers, taking care of your seeds, your star seed. You could be healers, maybe you're very protective of your family, very protective of your circle. You could be that matriarch or patriarch within your own family dynamic. You could be someone who's also running things. Like you may have your own business. You may employ people. I'm hearing 8 people. You may have employees. Business may be booming. But I just hear like you are, even if you're masculine, very successful. Whatever you're doing is very successful. And I'm saying all of that. Look what's on the bottom of the deck of the Energy Oracle, Cornucopia. So this is no cap. Like you've learned to master manifest. Remember these cards here. Reduced to 11. That 66 is 12. That's 3. That 8. That's 11. I was saying this is your just due. Look what this cornucopia card number is. 11. So this is something you all have learned. This is like you're manifesting this blessing, and it's because this is your just due. It's like this is time for you to receive. This is coming straight from source. You know, that's why I was picking up on that energy of you being anointed or being chosen, being gifted, but you're absolutely coming into a season of receiving, a season of being blessed, of being favored. This cornucopia is absolutely that door to value, that door to personal healing, happiness. That's a beautiful thing. Some of you have love coming in as well. We got this number 14 that says caring connection. So this is a very positive change. And I was picking up making these very strong ties to people, like really forging and building very strong bonds with other like minds, with your tribe, with your people, and also coming into a season of blessings, of opportunities. We have Eric Benet, and the name of this is Spend My Life With You. So whomever this person is that you are developing the spiritual connection with, it could, evolve into marriage. Someone's name could be Eric. So let's tap in. Let's tap in and clarify these messages, Spirit. We get a message of peace, power, and protection for my beloved Scorpios, Spirit. Messages do you have for my beloved Scorpios? The message of peace, power. There could be some distance between you and another person. I'm going to take this card also. So this card flew out first. It says walking away. And that's the number 27. 27 is the highest number vibration of change. That's the Hermit. So someone is taking the time out to go within. That's how someone saw you. Remember that. Bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Gabriel, throat chakra. Remember, I mentioned that as well with this 32-5. And I was saying, someone is going to be like a smooth talker. So just be mindful. Archangel Gabriel is telling you, trust your gumption. Because this is the number 39. That's 3. That's your solar plexus. Trust your gumption when it comes to someone's talk. And then you can see right here, Archangel Uriel. That's the 7th chakra. So your gumption is what? What did I say the stomach was? It's your second brain. And look at the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So this is definitely telling you trust your intuition, as I said, when it comes to someone coming back and communicating. Because this is someone you've already potentially walked away from. Someone you've learned valuable lessons. I feel like you have absolutely freed yourself from a situation that kept you feeling bound and stuck. You realize whatever wasn't growing, it was dead. Remember, we saw the death. That's what led to the transformation. Transformation led to the healing. The healing led to the self-love. The self-love led to the knowing thyself. So that's how you've learned. That was your process of elimination, your process of growth, was to, go straight to the source, to the heart of the matter, to the circumstance. This 27, that's definitely done, fin, walking away. Is saying you've walked away from those circumstances that caused you heartache and loss. You felt definitely betrayed, backstabbed, deceived in many instances, but you've taken that time to really, look at yourself, to really, gauge you, opposed to focusing on what someone else may have done. And look what's in my playlist. This is my music playlist, and this is what's playing. So it says protection, ritual, banishing music. Now I'm playing my most current frequency music, This is a music playlist, but somehow I mistakenly added this protection ritual meditation music. So this is a message for someone, and it's 7 on the clock because it's 2:05. So trust your intuition yet again, and we're about to pull the card for the person or what you're attracting to you. Remember that 13, the death. So you've already walked away from someone, probably because you realized like it was non-reciprocal. It was almost like this was self-deception. You realize deceiving yourself after you really started to assess and observe and look at everything, the board. This energy you're attracting to you, it says the thinking man, and this is the number 46. That reduces to 10. 13 and 10 are both indicative or symbolic of endings because the death is an ending. 10, when something gets to a 10, that's an ending. But if you break that 10 down, it becomes 1, which now is a new beginning. So these are both indicating this is obviously something that you've obviously made every intention to leave behind, walk away from. Not only have you learned valuable lessons, but you have taught someone valuable lessons as well. There was karmic lessons, karmic cycles wrapping up. Whoever this person is was definitely someone very calculating. You can see the thinking man. He has something in his hand. What is he doing with that? He's manipulating it. He's trying to figure out a way to manipulate it, trying to figure it out. 46, that's a 10, as I said, but it reduces to 1. 1 is the magician. Remember when we first started the reading, we had Mr. Magic playing by Grover Washington. So this Mr. Magician right here, this is a man depicted on this card. So Mr. Magic, this is that person that is trying or attempting to manipulate your energy. This is someone very, very calculating, very cunning. And this is someone who uses dark magic. This is someone that uses, like witchcraft. So this is the energy you've mustered up the strength to walk away from. Someone that was an energy vampire, someone that was definitely into some sort of voodoo, juju, hoodoo, santeria. Even if this was, like I said, secret enemy, hidden enemy, someone that was a snake. This is someone that obviously, with this effort, they didn't make no effort. But whenever they came around, I feel your energy could have like shifted because you felt this person's energy. You felt their intentions. That 13 and that 1, that reduces to 5. So this is a very cunning and beguiling energy because I'm getting the 5 of Swords energy where that person is kind of like holding the 4 swords. And then, has 2 of the swords are on the ground and he's holding like the 2 swords which represent the confusion that he's causing, the chaos that he's creating. And he takes pride in it because he's walking away smug. So it's like this person, you could even see almost like a smug look on this person's face here. It's like, so they are very much watching and manipulating. And if you look, there are orbs. There's like what appears to be orbs like right here. So this person could be either spying on you by some means, because he's looking into what appears to be like a crystal, and crystals are very powerful stones. So they communicate. They can transport you to different dimensions. Some believe. So this he's getting some communication from something, and I feel that's why you walked away because you sensed. I feel like you have your own spirit team angels. You can see that beautiful glow insect there, and it's like it's providing light, it's providing some illumination. Perhaps it's provided some illumination or provided that insight or that strength required for you to finally muster up to walk out that gate, to walk away from this energy. And you can see her first eye. She has some sort of stone adorned on her first eye. So that speaks to discernment, using your intuition. So you trusted your gut instinct. You trusted what your spirit told you to do about this person, and you turned your back on that situation. It's no coincidence that this protection banishment ritual is playing. As I said, this is a music playlist. So protect yourself from this person. This is someone that does spells on you. This is someone that is attempting to cast spells. Maybe they're going to some sort of practitioner, but protect yourself. I'm definitely getting a sense of like the need to protect yourself. And I'm hearing spiritual baths, egg cleanses. Definitely, you could get like a black candle, and you can, carve like a sigil, and you can even, carve like a prayer, like protect me from my hidden enemies, unknown, whatever. I am protected. Every evil eye watching me goes blind, and you could reverse it. Say you want to reverse it. The way you could reverse a candle, like a black candle, if it's like, say for instance, like a taper candle, which are the skinny ones. You burn it, and you set your intention with the one side, and then you proceed to chipping away the bottom of it, and you light it, till you could get the wick out, the wick. And when you see that wick, then you can proceed to, because that's a reversal, then you could proceed to burning it from the opposite side. So, some of y'all could do that, or you could just do it the way I said. Just get a black candle and just carve, like a protection sigil and a prayer of what you wish to, to reverse, whatever it is, that may be giving you evil eyes, whatever, whomever may be using any type of form of witchcraft. You could return it right on back to sender. You could light a white candle, even place it on your altar, call in your guides to protect you, to provide a fiery, impenetrable wall of protection around you. You could wear protective jewelry. You can, cleanse yourself with Florida water. I think I'm going to do a teach me video. I'm going to show y'all how to make your own Florida water. And you could add this Florida water to your baths. You could anoint it on your skin, because this one isn't harmful to the skin, the one that I use, the one that I make. It's all made from natural ingredients that you have in your home, that you could purchase at any grocery store, and it's a very powerful way to, to protect yourself. But definitely some of y'all need to do this. Perform a protection ritual, egg cleanse, like yesterday, because there is some energy here. So the next energy we have victory. So you're going to have victories over your haters, victory over your secret enemies, hidden enemies. You're having a victory. This is how this person sees you, is being very victorious, and you're victorious because you're having some sort of new beginning. So there's been some major breakthrough. There's been something that has ended in a very positive way for you. Like I said, like whatever you had to walk away from in your past, whatever karmic lessons you've learned, and whatever karmic cycles you've completed, it has led you to this place now where you're having some powerful fresh start, and you're receiving blessings, you're receiving rewards, recognition. This victory is something I feel others could be a little jealous of, because it seems as if you are leaving them behind, and it is because you are choosing yourself. Self-love is the best love. That's what you've discovered. You also realize, like, you can forgive people from a distance, pray for people from a distance. Everyone is not meant to go to the next level with you. As I said, new levels, new devils. Some of those devils you left behind are Aggie, and some of the new ones that you're going to meet in this new cycle are going to be even more, even more of a challenge, because we are tested as we grow. As you grow, the tests become harder. But it's like you already have this divine knowledge, and my lapis lazuli keeps jumping out of my face. I mean, out of my hand. So I said out of my face. So I'm hearing, because I'm about to clarify 32 music, and remember what was on the bottom of the deck. This 39 fifth chakra Archangel Gabriel. So I feel someone's about to talk out of their face, or they're going to try to get you, they're going to say something out of the side of their mouth. Because remember with mellow smooth, I was getting like a smooth talker, and then this is, the color of the throat chakra, the blue. The lapis lazuli is, associated with that. It also can be associated with like your first eye. But this, the mere fact that this, because my other stone is over here by the chase, it's underneath the chase here. So it's like, whoever this is, it's like, this is that same person, I feel. Because this, remember, this all breaks down to 5. This 13, this 46 break down to 5. That's the person you're attracting to you, who or what you're attracting to you. There's that 4, and then this 46, that's 1, that's 5. The same number 32, what's hidden, 32, remember music. I was getting a smooth talker. I was getting someone coming back, just talking because they got lips. The gift of gabber. Then the throat chakra showed up. And then Archangel Uriel showed up, telling you, trust your intuition. When someone starts running their mouth, bumping their gums, like, you'll know first off whether it's fugazi, whether it's real, you'll know. But I feel like this is just someone coming around trying to distract you because they see that you are having some victorious outcome. So you are not to get distracted by the distractions. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. This person knows that. So they're trying to use one of their manipulative tactics to throw you off course, to throw you off your game. So you have to stay aware, stay in tune, stay grounded, stay balanced. Because that 41 is 5. Remember who you are. That 5 is the, same energy of the person that's trying to manipulate you. And spirit is telling you, look alive, be aware, be in tune, be tapped in. So let's tap in. So this person definitely is looking at you like you're sleeping, This is how they see you. So they're trying to outwit, outsmart you. And they may try to come in with just words. And then they're going to try to come in with the sneak attack, the psychic, manipulation, while you're sitting here rejuvenating and cleansing and going through this process of healing. Because that same rest and rejuvenation is the energy I was saying, I was feeling y'all had. Y'all had that time, especially in this 9, the hermit. That's what that time is. That's the time to rejuvenate, to relax. They see you as independent as well. Independent, self-sufficient, pre-empress status, having victories. That makes someone very jealous, very envious. You unbothered here. You're in a very protective bubble. You're not, asking nobody for nothing. And it's like this person is sitting here trying to figure out how to sabotage, how to manipulate, how to connive. So why is this 32 music here for what's hidden in the energy for my beloved Scorpios? Now we have Conway Air Holes featuring West Side Gun. And the first word that's sticking out to me is con. I was picking up a con man, con woman. I was picking up someone wearing a mask. And we're about to clarify that same 32. We got yin and yang here. So yin and yang is duality. That's a masculine and feminine energy. So this is someone that may try to con you into believing like they are your twin flame, or there is a strong connection. We have magic, magician, and the mirror. Someone could be using mirror magic as well. Someone could be using some form of magic. That's the same time. The second time the magician has shown up. And this is the number 53. At 53 reduces to 8. And the 8 in the in my other deck is Archangel Michael. And so, matter of fact, it's in this deck. He's number 35. So I feel like you're protected from this magician. Whoever this magician is, they're manipulating water and fire in this card. You can see the magician has both of his hands extended, and you can see the element of water here along with the element of fire. So this is someone that will try to either use lust, passion, emotional manipulation, because this is that same person being very strategic, calculative. This is that same energy that I feel is a con man or con woman. Remember, we was picking up like a devil energy, Decepticon, a trickster, someone you've walked away from. This is someone that definitely is a master manipulator. And they use these manipulative tactics. I feel this is a karmic, because that 8 is associated with the karmic. This is someone that's trying to break down your defenses because they know you're strong. They know that you are very strong, that you've taken control of your own, um, you know, uh, your own subconscious thoughts. So it's like now they have to use those other means to manipulate, like I said, through emotional manipulation, maybe through getting you upset, triggering you, because that fire could be like, anger, that could be violence, that could, incite some sort of violence again. Like I just get that type of energy. But you see, the world is right underneath that. So I do feel like this person knows you've created distance, and you've leveled up. As I said, new levels, new devils. The world card shows that you've learned how to navigate, this thing we call, life. You've learned to navigate. You've reached a level of self mastery, a deeper, more profound understanding of you. You've created distance. You've created that to protect yourself. So the cards that flew out, you have a woman holding a coin. So didn't I say that you are perceived as someone who's very self-sufficient, independent, single, so this is that same energy, with that 5 and 6, that's 11. So it's like, this is absolutely like someone who's trying to, I feel, what appears to be like block, opportunities, whether it be blessings, whether it be just opportunities in general. She's holding like the yin. If you think of what yin looks like, that's like a huge coin, that yin. So it's like this is how this person sees you, because what's hidden is that you are very successful, even if you're masculine, very self-sufficient, very independent. With that music 32, maybe this is someone that you could have had either, you could have worked with someone. This could have been someone that you worked around, someone that you may have lived around even. Because this is a familiar energy with that, with the pentacles. Pentacles is that energy of that family, that nucleus, that, a tree, a family tree, a bond. So whoever this is someone you know. This could be a boss, this could be a colleague, this could be someone in the same field. Whoever this is someone that definitely is watching, like watching your progress, watching your progress, your process, and they're trying somehow to interfere. They're trying to interfere or have you stuck in two minds, confused, conflicted about something. This is a sneaky energy, because 6 and 5 reduces to 11, and 11 reduces to 2. That's the high priestess. So you have divine knowledge and divine wisdom. This person's aware of that. This person's aware that you have divine knowledge. They're aware you have divine wisdom. They're aware that you're an alchemist, that you're a magi. This is also someone hidden, because I'm getting that's the same hidden energy. Because the high priestess, she could use her powers for good or bad. And the mere fact that we heard Mr. Magic, and I was picking up on a hidden enemy, and then we have the magician here a couple of times. I just get a sense of maybe there is someone hidden, someone around you, because that high priest energy, someone hidden in plain sight. Something going on behind the scenes. This is perhaps someone that could be scheming on someone's money, jealous of someone's success, opulence, trying to manipulate it in some way, trying to sabotage. Just be mindful. What we have as the outcome is we have the temple path. So that's 6. So this temple path, as I said, many of you have been chosen. You have been initiates. And we have a happy family here. So you will have whatever it is that you desire. This is like the 1111 twin flame. That 4 is the vibration of that. That's also associated with the heart chakra. So this is this stability, the security. This is happy house, happy spouse, or happy spouse, happy house, happily ever after. This is a beautiful energy of having someone that is your rock, having someone that is your support system, someone there that's going to protect you. As I said, I was seeing with this 8 manifestation, emotional fulfillment, but also financial fulfillment. I was also picking up just fulfillment overall, spiritually, material, and spiritual prosperity, abundance. I feel through you healing, it has also enlightened you or awakened you to the fact that you are healers. And through this quest of healing thyself, you will start to help others heal because you are chosen. You are an initiate, especially with the temple path. I feel this marriage also in your future because you have 3 and 4 here. So there is someone rushing in. We got the 3, which is the Empress energy. That's the same 12 that I was getting earlier with the 57, where you took the time to assess, to reflect, to gain a deeper, more profound understanding of you, to learn your love language, to heal from past wounds and traumas, to take onus and accountability, to recover, to recuperate, and then, becoming a healer. That's what the temple path is all about. It's about learning what your purpose is, learning and becoming excited about your new passions, your newfound passions, and also being able to attract and manifest your desire, your heart's true desired outcome with this happy family. So this is building that nucleus, building that soul tribe, that soul family that I was picking up on. Manifesting, you being the alchemist, the magi, setting intention. So that's powerful. So let's tap in, beloveds. So let's get some messages from, let's go ahead and get them from the Dark Grimoire, beloveds. Bottom of the deck. Excuse me. And we have judgment here. So making a judgment call. This is also, as I said, ending those karmic cycles, and whatever was blocked, delayed, whatever you couldn't, draw to you because of, you completing those karmic cycles, learning those karmic lessons, or being still trapped in, those illusions, if you will. It's like now those blessings can come through. There's rainbows, there's opportunities now. Now you see things clearly. There's like the wake-up call. And we have the 3 of Wands. And I did mention the 3 of Wands, where there is that planning and strategizing and preparing and then, waiting for something to emerge. But on this deck, the depiction is that, you're observing some sort of ceremony, the cauldron. That is a ceremony where magicians, magi's, uses the cauldron to cook up their recipes in their magic. And I see several cloaked people down here. So there are several enemies, hidden enemies. But the fact that you got front row seat shows how intuitive you are. The fact that that's the number 3. And remember, I was speaking to, that third chakra, the solar plexus. Gumption, trusting your inner wisdom, your intuition. So knowing perhaps that you were under attack, knowing perhaps that others were trying to manipulate your energy, and you getting a head start on protecting yourself. And those who were perhaps performing these rituals, they will receive judgment. Because remember, I saw 11 a couple of times in this reading, and 11 is associated with the justice. So it's like you're getting your just due, and whoever was your secret enemies, hidden enemies, whoever is trying to attack or cause any type of harm, anyone sending any evil eyes, they will receive and reap what they sow. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I mentioned that, self-sufficient, independent. It's like you've built, from the ground all the way up. You set intention, you work hard. This is how others perceive you. This is how others see you, as someone who's very grounded, someone who's very disciplined, determined, someone who's kept their eyes on the prize, didn't back down, became a leader, became a boss, very focused. And now you're more mindful to be to protect yourself from other people, because you had to learn, perhaps, that you can't be kind to all people. Everybody doesn't deserve you. So with the Wheel of Fortune, there goes that wheel, like I said, things turning around. So this Wheel of Fortune, it's like whatever was blocked, delayed, it's like that wheel is turning. This is like karma, the wheel of Dharma, karma, Dharma. So it's like this wheel is now turning. It's turning in your favor. There goes that Two of Wands, being able to make the right decisions, being able to choose wisely. Because you see, he's like clearly just, he's in there having a conversation with what I always deem as himself, with his higher self, if you will. So, yep, there goes the Moon, something hidden, someone hidden. And you see, like, this person is almost like running, kind of running towards what appears to be like a tower in the distance, So that tower, that is, where the endings, that's where the endings start. It's a very interesting depiction on that card. Someone running towards. So it's almost like that's the person that runs into, realizes that they were running towards something that they should have been perhaps walking away from. Because that could have been you, going into the tower to find that the tower wasn't just occupied by you, but also by someone else. Someone else was involved, perhaps entanglements, infidelities, lies, trickery, backstabbing, lack of reciprocity, whatever the betrayal was, that any of you may have experienced. Just fill in the blank there. But what's clarifying that card is the Moon, that same energy that I was just going into that whole diatribe about. So walking away from, what and can feel and sense is deception. The Moon, what does the Moon do? The Moon, first and foremost, it is, an energy of emotion, intuition. It's also the element of water as well. And water, the Moon does control like the tides of the ocean. So they are all one and the same. So whatever is hidden, it is exposed apparently. And that's the reason why you've chosen to walk away from something. And perhaps that person was someone, that you could have been chasing after. When you chase after someone, the natural reaction is they're going to run. So that could have been like a runner chaser type of situation. Unrequited love taught you, it taught you great lessons, mostly about self-love. But that lesson was very painful nonetheless. But it did expose a lot of things that were hidden, and now there's this wisdom. What did I say about the Hangman? There goes the Hangman. So who you're attracting to you, or what you're attracting to you, is the Hangman. Now there is this sense of someone looking at you, and observing you from a different perspective, a different angle. This is someone, I feel, again, because you have come off as very wise, as very learned, experienced. Whoever this person is, it's like they're forced to see you in a whole new light. This is somebody that could have been under the influence of drugs and alcohol, prescription pills. They could have been popping perks and all kind of stuff, because I'm seeing prescription bottles, alcohol. So this was someone that was definitely not sound. They had a lot of influences, negative influences, attachments, and I feel this happened in divine timing. As I said, you had to teach several people, and I feel you've taught someone who may have slept on you or may not have seen your worth, your power. They see in something now. Remember I mentioned the Five of Swords, but this is the energy now, the Five of Pentacles. It's like perhaps someone chose to be in the presence of other people over you. And if you look yet again, those same liquor bottle, the same alcohol bottle, is, that's on the desk, that someone was under the influence of drugs and alcohol and chose um, to make some very vital mistakes in the people they called friend. This could even be your energy being, finally coming out of some sort of illusion, seeing things for what they truly are. And you can see these people that are hooded are almost being like controlled by what appears to be like some sort of snakish, because it has tentacles. So it's like a snakish energy. Remember, I picked up on snakes, and that looks like a snake or some sort of very, it just looks like a snake. Could even be an octopus or whatever, but it's like seeing things for what they were now. Like, this is gaining the clarity, seeing the blessing in disguise of rejection, even. It's like, you see how these people are cloaked and hooded? It's very similar to the scene, the depiction I had with the masked person that was wearing like a mask. And that's what you're realizing, like, after being left out in the cold, abandoned, betrayed, deceived. It's like you're seeing things clearly now. And you could see this archway. That archway depicts the fact that you are chosen, anointed. This is the same person. If you look, they're looking through an archway. So if they are the ones that were being deceived and running amok with a bunch of fugazis, they're now seeing and learning the hard way. Perhaps they're seeing you in a different light because now they can see who the true enemies were. This is someone that could have also, attacked prematurely, not knowing someone is chosen. So now they're suffering the consequences of their actions. But let's proceed and see. But somebody is seeing something differently now. Why is this 13 effort here clarified? Why is the 13 effort and the thinking man here for this person that our beloved Scorpios, who or what our beloved Scorpios are attracting to them? Let me get a message of peace, power, and protection. And let's not forget, we saw that banishment meditation video pop up. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna put these back, and we're gonna grab your message. So you have here. This is the Knight of Swords, and if you look closely, this animal, whatever that's supposed to be, is holding the head. So this is like a headless knight. So this is that same person. Remember, I kept picking up somebody's conversation or communication wasn't up to par. I was getting like, somebody was a smooth talker, somebody was just, just bumping their gums, just saying whatever sounds good, just a master manipulator. That's kind of what I'm getting, because what you're attracting to you is the Knight of Swords. The sword is up, that means somebody's ready to come in and have a conversation, have a dialogue. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and if you look, there's an eye on that book. So I feel like the spirit is again saying, trust your intuition. This person is just like pocket watching. Like they see you as a money bag. They see you as somebody who has your ish together. Like you having victories, you having success, major breakthroughs. Like they see you as like a money magnet. And this is how they see you with the Hermit. It's like you have like mastermind some sort of plan, and now you're successful. Like you just have abundance, your plethora, multiple streams of income. They see you as very victorious, very successful in what you're doing, very successful in a business. But this is definitely somebody who you can't really trust this type of energy. He done cut his own head off. So this is the type of person that will cut their nose off, spite their own face, say things prematurely. I'm hearing like a know-it-all. This is someone in a competition, though. I'm strongly getting competitive energy. Why is 9-9 compassion and 28 victory here? How this person, our beloved Scorpios, feel about them. So we got a card that fell down. And this says the Four of Chalices. And if you look off in the distance behind him, there is what? The Tower. So they see that you've put some sort of ending behind you. You know, they see you as recovering. They see you as, you know, perhaps this is them kind of like reminiscing on a tower moment, having regret. This is someone with a heavy heart. You know, this could be their energy, how they feel about you, the Four of Cups. They could be, you know, perhaps just kind of like in a state where they're just resting, reflecting. Maybe they feel that you are a missed opportunity, someone that they feel now is because they could see you, obviously, with the Hangman showing up. Now they see your worth, they see your value, and that's why they're seeing you as very victorious or very successful. You also have the Knight of Wands. So they do see you taking charge, taking action. They also see you not backing down. If you look closely, there goes more snakes. Those look like snakes, and this knight is like cutting them. So it's like they see that you are like fearless, that you know, you're not backing down, like you know, so you're standing your ground. They see you as a beacon of light. They see you as protecting yourself, defending yourself. Yep, definitely very protective, establishing boundaries, more tentacles or whatever you call that, more snake-like energy there. And you can see there's like a fiery, impenetrable wall of protection between her and these entities, these demonic energies or these snakes. So this is how this person really feels, what's hidden in the energy. If they are trying to attack you, if they are trying to attack your money, it's like they're not going to be able to get to you because you are spiritually guided, divinely protected. You are spiritually guided because you are anointed, you are chosen. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So they do see perhaps that you have masterminded some sort of idea, that you have taken your time. You know, that nine reference is the Hermit. So that Hermit is a wizard, but he knows the answers he seeks are found within. This Knight of Pentacles is also, you know, that energy of planning, preparing, strategizing. So it's like they do see, you know, that you have been able to achieve or acquire some level of success by just, you know, slowly approaching your goals. They see you as a beacon of light. It's a lot of light shining on these cards here. So it's like whatever you're doing, they see you in the spotlight. They see you shining. See how there's like this ray of light, and then here. So whatever this is that you're doing, you're in the spotlight in this person's eyes, or this person is watching you from a distance. Just be mindful, whoever this is, as maintain your boundaries. Maintain your boundaries, protect your peace. So why is this 32? Thank you, Spirit. These cards are coming out, boy. So as I said, protect your peace. You got a couple of messages that flew out. But look what we have here. Don't buy what anyone's selling. That's the Eight of Swords. You got a master manipulator, a deceiver, a gift of gabber, a con man. You see how he's wearing a hood? Look at his face. It's a demon. And he's trying to sell her something. She's like, nah, I'm good. Peace be unto you, beloved. So this person is definitely deceptive. That's why Spirit was saying, you know, trust your gumption. Use your intuition. That 42 breaks down to 6. That's your first eye. Use discernment. Because somebody could be just coming around trying to steal your ideas, trying to act like they want to invest, trying to act like they want to, you know, help out, trying to act like they're here to you know, be supportive. But this is somebody that really doesn't rock with you like that. This is a Decepticon. This is absolutely somebody that's deceptive. Because there's 5 and the 6. That reduces to the 11. And that was the 2, which is the High Priestess. High Priest energy. And this is, we're about to pull what's hidden. And this is what's on the bottom of the deck. And this is the 8 of Chalices. So this is that same person that you've walked away from before. They're going to try everything in the book. Emotional manipulation, gaslighting, love bombing. They're going to try everything in the book, even a little magic, you know, because what he's holding is the Book of Shadows. That's the book that he's holding. And so this is that same energy that's very manipulative, very cunning, trying to figure out how to get what they want, you know. And they will say anything. They cut their nose off to spite their own face. Very deceptive. But you keep it moving. Whatever isn't growing is dead. That was what you've learned. So we have the cards that flew out. These are all that flew out for what's hidden. Is we have the 10 of Pentacles. So see that? This is someone that you could have had a family with, a child with, someone that could be even in your family. These are people that are very deceptive. So they may use family as, you know, a tactic to get you to put down your defenses. They may invite you in. There's a whole song and dance. But don't fall for the okie doke. This is just to make you weak or to disarm you, and then they will attack. They will attack because they see you as a meal ticket. You know, obviously how they feel about you or what's hidden in the energies. They see you as very successful or very abundant. Even if you're masculine, it doesn't matter. And this black cat is there, which is usually depicted with the Queen of Wands. But the black cat is here with the Queen, of Pentacles. So this is about, you know, being intuitive, trusting your gumption. That 6 that this card breaks down to is your first eye. So use discernment, use your intuition, because somebody coming around sniffing around for your money, they see you as someone they could have happily ever after. They see somebody as providing stability and security and financial bliss. Spirit's telling you straight up, don't buy what anyone's selling. Look at this, both of these cards. If you're feminine and masculine, somebody's going to come back trying to sell you something. Look how he's trying to, and see how the masculine's hands are both like down to his sides. He's not going to accept anything. This hooded person, another hooded person. So whether you're feminine or masculine, you're going to have people from your past returning, trying to offer you things. You have to use discernment. These are snakes. Remember what I said, new levels, new devils. New levels, new devils. Some of these are karmics, some of these people are from your past. So you got to be mindful. So be mindful, beloveds. Be mindful. So confirmation. So we have the 8 of Wands. So you taking action. I feel like there's also news coming in. Some of you may receive downloads. Definitely be mindful that you have some folks trying to summon your energy or manipulate your energy using the Book of Shadows. They could be up to 2 people, 3 people. They could be using candle magic, mirror magic. They could be using spell work. Just be mindful and protect yourself. Even here on the 10 of Pentacles, you can see these people kind of gathering in a circle that looks very much like, you know, like they're invoking some sort of energy. And there's all these goblins and goblins, you know, all around them. So they could be summoning like dark energy, manipulating some sort of dark energy. Call on Archangel Michael. Call on Archangel Uriel. Call on Archangel Metatron. Call on Archangel Raphael, Archangel Saint Germain, to transmute the situation, transmute whatever anyone is intending to send for your bad or for you to harm you. Even if this is psychic attacks, even if this is like spiritual warfare, it's like call on your guides to protect you, to provide that armor of protection. And maintain your distance from folks. Like, remember what I said about trusting your own gumption, intuition. You have the 10 of Chalices. So the 10 of Chalices, the 10 of Pentacles both flew out. So these are absolutely signs that, you know, you have really given a lot to these situations. You've really established some sort of bonds. These are people you're familiar with, people you know. You've planted seeds, roots. You've invested time and energy, love, emotion into these relationships, and they're at a 10 now. So that 10 is speaking to endings. And if you look, she's like flying high above the clouds. Clouds are symbolic of confusion, blockages, illusions, delusions. And the fact that you're seeing now clearly, you know, what was blocking you, it's like you could see the emotional manipulation tactics. You could see even the financial manipulation, you know, maybe even trying to make you feel obligated or whatever. It's like you could see beyond those illusions. Next, you have the King of Swords. That's why you can see now. And you can see this king has chopped off a head or two. And the sword is wide up. I mean, is faced up, upward. So that's literally about, seeing things beyond the veil, looking at things for what they truly are, looking at things from that bird's eye view, not allowing people even to insult your intelligence, cutting out whatever doesn't serve your highest good. People, places, things, whether it be, family members, friends, colleagues, circle, people that you had in your inner circle, cut them. People that you may have worked with, jobs you may have been at, careers you may have been embarking on. You've cut yourself free. It's like you've cut yourself free from some sort of delusion or false reality, a false sense of reality, and you have this clarity now. We also see the strength card. So that's the strength card. You've mustered up the strength. I feel someone also realizes how strong you are. As I said, like you've taken control of your own subconscious thoughts, and you have faced your own demons. You've had to confront your own fears, and that's why you don't back down. That's why you've been able to cut yourself free from those things that once bound you, whether that was in regards to a false sense of security with this Ten of Pentacles, false sense of family, false sense of stability, or false sense of love, false sense of home. It's like now seeing things clearly, the illusion being broken, or establishing your own independence, establishing your own sense of freedom. But it's clear that you are dealing with a trickster, a snake, someone who's a con man. You have a guy, and this is called Piece of My Love. So this is a masculine energy. This is someone that wants a piece of your love. So this could be someone who could be like an incubus or succubus, or someone who's just obsessed or possessive. Why is 66? Thank you, Spirit. So with piece of your love, we got the Four of Pentacles. And you can see this masculine looks almost like skulls and bones. His mouth is sewed shut. So this is someone that does not communicate, express. The 4 is associated with the heart chakra. But this 4 is also telling me, with the 4 of Pentacles, this is someone that refuses to let you go, because I get like someone feeling like a missed opportunity, or missed connection. That chalice gives the sense of someone having some emotional feelings, emotions, but not expressing them. You see the mouth is closed. He almost looks like the Joker. So that's almost like, the Joker's like schizophrenic. So it's almost like, this is someone with probably like, they show something different than what they truly feel. And I see an eye here. I never even noticed that. Right up here, that looks like an eye. But it also appears to be like a picture. But I just saw an eye. So this person does keep watch. Maybe they have somebody watching over them. Like somebody put some sort of spell work on them, and whoever this is, they have difficulty communicating or expressing something. Someone is definitely having difficulty opening up their mouth, because I was getting like with the throat chakra, it's like they just come off as a smooth talker, a gift of gabber, Decepticon, And then we have, look at the 8 of Swords flew out. So see how he has this feminine energy contained. So that's like that control freak. That's like that snake. Someone could be really doing some sort of spell work to manipulate someone's energy, because that's what someone, it's like they have an essence of someone. I'm hearing like a jar, some sort of jar spell, even if it's a freezer spell. And that's why Spirit was saying trust your intuition. With this manifestation here, and that 8, the 8 manifestation, and that 66 healing, that reduces to 11. And so remember, the 11 is justice. So whoever this is, I feel like they're going to get their just due. Because remember, we did see that judgment card. And so that Spirit is going to make a judgment call on the situation. Whoever this is a very demented person. Very demented. They may have a dark personality, dark features. You look in their eyes, it's very dark, it's very vacant. I think they also like during witching hours is when they usually um, perform these rituals. And if you look, there's like a star there. So it's like this person is really trying to block a blessing, a wish fulfillment. Because there's a bunch of stars. I never noticed that until just now. And this big one right here, it's like they're really trying to block this blessing. They have some sort of, ugh, this is a stank ass energy. I do not like this energy. Disgusting. And look, the devil, I didn't even see that. The devil's here. And then you have the Two of Swords. So remember when I was saying that you had someone trying to manipulate your energy and there's some sort of decision and choice you're going to have to make? If you look here, there's Two of Swords. There's a person and he's got like, it looks like he has a blindfold on. He's playing the violin and he's standing up on something trying to balance himself. And these little animals, whatever these demons or goblins are trying to like force him to lose balance so he could potentially fall to his death. Or so this is like someone's intentionally trying to cause some sort of mental conflict, confusion, because you see how this person has a blindfold on and then he's playing the violin. And so when I think of the violin, I think of music. Music is something that they say, what? The devil controls music. That's why, as of late, the music has become like a death culture, especially when you think of hip hop and soul music, R&B music that once was love. It was all embraced and celebrated love. Now it's just very dark and demented, celebrating death and drug usage and whoring and just craziness. But they turned that culture into a death culture. And that's very symbolic of what the devil represents. And this devil, see how he's looking down on this person? So it's as if, like, it's the same energy here, where obviously someone's contained. Someone doesn't realize that this work is being done on them. This is like a hidden energy. This is that energy I was picking up with the devil. And if you look at the devil's mustache and beard, it looks like snakes. It looks almost very Medusa-esque, but it's in his beard. And see how high that flame is? That's like someone summoning, and like using fire. Because remember, we saw the magician and the mirror. So someone could be using any of these, elements of fire, water, earth, air to manipulate something. I feel like spirit is protecting you. With this Two of Swords, it's about the decisions, the choices you make. Trust your intuition. Someone is going to come back singing the same song and dance, because I'm also getting air violins, like, when someone comes back beating you in the head with nonsense. So these two people could be sitting here trying to con this person, but it's like, trust your intuition. Use your first eye to see. Someone's going to receive karma, whoever this is. With this Four of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, and look, just Judgment is here again. So you got Judgment, King of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. That's why you hold back. That's why you're fierce. You're fierce right now. I feel fierceness. It's fierce. It's an energy of, that's why it's like whoever this is, it's like they are trying everything in the book. It's like to block this, whatever this blessing is. It's like they're trying. We opened up the deck, the energy oracle, and it cornucopia was there. So it's like this person sees you as having victories. They see you as woman holding a coin. They see you as manifesting. They see you as having a happy family. So it's like this person sees all of this, yet they still are very adamant on trying to sabotage. And remember those two energies we saw on the bottom of the deck of the grimoire was, we had that feminine energy where someone was trying to sell her something in this dark alley, and then the masculine, someone was trying to sell him something in that dark alley, and the feminine was like, come on, please, out of here, get out of here. So it's like they're very I just get a sense of like persistent. There's a sense of persistence with this devil, with this energy, with this dark energy. And that's why I was saying, like, you have to protect yourself by all means. Like, protect your peace, protect your selves, period. Because, you may not even realize, you may not even understand why anybody would want to throw that energy at you. And it's really, truly, simply because some people can see God in you. Some people don't like the way others love you. That's because whatever demons they're fighting, that's what you trigger in them, is that energy and emotion of jealousy and disdain, because you reflect something that they aren't. And so instead of going within to search out why you feel that way about another person, most of those people, they tend to um, validate those feelings, and even more so project it now onto you, so they make you responsible for how they feel. So it's a very twisted, demented thing. That's why, with this compassion, they still see you as very compassionate, even though they have these very sinister feelings. So that compassion is something that they may deem as ignorance. That's why I felt it was important to tell you to protect your energy, because you can be compassionate and kind and pray for all people, but all people ain't doing that for you and to you. Some people are really sending evil your way. They forging these spiritual attacks, and a lot of these individuals out here are under spiritual warfare, and they don't understand it. A lot of people go through things and they think it's just one thing, but it's something even, it's even darker. So we have to be mindful of who we have around us at all times. That's why your intuition is something that you ought to go by. Trust your intuition, trust your gumption. Just because you've known somebody for a certain amount of time does not mean that they ought to be around you all the time or forever. You outgrow people. Some people aren't meant to go the distance, so that's where it becomes very crucial to trust, how you're feeling around people, and not just shun it. It's like when you feel something, you're feeling it for a reason, and it's your job to investigate why. But there is obviously a lot of energy around you. I feel you're attracting good energy, as well as not so good energy, which comes with the territory. I mean, this is just like I said, new levels, new devils. You're also attracting very strong bonds and connections as well. So there is this sense of, like, meeting people that get you, that get it, that are on the same frequency, that you can have, some really dope conversations with. Um, and you may either impart a lot of knowledge or learn a lot in those exchanges. But you're going to have some new energy that's lingering as well, because, as I said, I feel there's a spirit of jealousy around you, um, and attached. This is someone that's attached to you, obsessed, possessive. They stalk, they spy, they tune in, they watch. And when that's not enough, then they come in and they approach under the guise of I'm a friend, under the guise of we're cool, but it's really not that. So the spirit just wants you to keep on your toes, keep your head on a swivel. Nothing that I'm saying in any of my readings are ever to incite fear. It's all to provide awareness. Because when you know better, you can do better. So don't give anything that doesn't deserve your attention, because where your attention goes, energy flows, and these demonic entities are fully aware. They're very privy to that knowledge, and that's why they may do things to distract you, or to uh, take your defenses down a couple of notches, because when your defenses are down, then it's easier to manipulate your energy, than when it is when your defenses are up. So this is, why you may, find people just popping up and out of the blue. Perhaps, as I said, you may just receive conversation or a message from someone that you haven't heard from. Don't engage. I feel like it's just honestly just a test. It's a distraction, and a ploy to cause frustration, anger. Um, and if they can do that, then they can definitely achieve whatever this ridiculous goal is of, um, the, utilizing your energy for whatever purpose, whether that's for witchcraft, voodoo, whatever they're doing. I see clearly they're trying to block this beautiful star. And if you look here, there's more stars. So they know you are a star. You're gifted. They know you have blessings. That Faith Evans song that was playing earlier, um, with "Can't Believe," it's like someone can't believe how you've persevered, how you've defied the odds. And that's why they keep attacking. That's why they're trying to infiltrate, trying to come off as something that they aren't. And it's because you have a lot of blessings. There's a lot of prayers being answered for you, and someone is trying to deceive you. They're trying to betray you. They're trying to backstab you. So remain hopeful, remain optimistic, don't get distracted. Just be aware, be cognizant of the fact that everybody smiling in your face, 9 times out of 10, that is not who you think they are. Looks can be deceiving. Use your intuition, trust your gumption, because you will know, you know, when you get around certain people, the energy you cannot fake energy. You know what I'm talking about? Like, a person cannot fake their energy. They could sit and smile and beguile all day long, but you can feel that energy if you tap in. So please do. But other than that, I see nothing but beauty. I see nothing but great things. But you do have some obstacles and challenges that are ahead of you. And I feel if you just trust your intuition and use discernment in these situations with these individuals, you are absolutely going to, have a positive outcome, and things will absolutely turn around in your favor, just as that Justice card showed. I do see, coming into positive bonds and unions. I do see success with business. I see you manifesting your dreams, hopes, and desires aligning with your purpose, and with a special person, it looks like, as well. And I just also get a sense of you having some haters, some haters on the sideline, studying you, watching, observing, becoming more and more obsessed, and demented. So just protect yourself, especially with this Eight of Swords and this devil energy. Um, Keep your head on the swivel, beloved. Keep your head on the swivel and don't back down. Ashe. So this is your message. Thank you so much for tuning in, tapping in. Until next time, I send a big fat ashe, yo. Peace, love, and light.